Hey everyone, it's Darby from Blue Television Games. Not too long ago, I did a video on 10 things I'd like to see added to Super Mario Maker. A lot of you guys really enjoyed the video. If you haven't seen that video yet, check the description below. I'll put a link to that video so you can see the 10 items I put in the last video. For this video, I'll be sharing 10 more items I'd like to see added. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first additional thing I'd like to see added to Super Mario Maker would be a 2-player mode. Imagine playing with your buddy in Super Mario Maker on a level that you created. Could be really cool. Maybe they could even add a 100 Mario and Luigi challenge where you share lives. Imagine playing a level and you get to a spot where you screw up, you don't jump far enough and die, then your buddy jumps in, he does a little bit better for you and helps you get through the level. I think this would be really cool. So whether you're playing at the same time co-op like a new Super Mario Bros. U, or you're doing it old school like in Mario Bros. 1 where you take turns, I really see a lot of potential for a 2-player mode in Super Mario Maker and would love to see this added. Alright, next up, I'd like to see more types of Yoshi in Super Mario Maker. There's been tons of different variations of Yoshi throughout Mario's history. The baby Yoshis are really cool. I love the bubble Yoshi, how he can turn enemies into coins. Even in Super Mario World, there was some really cool features with different colored Yoshis, like this red Yoshi that could eat shells and spit out fire. Also eating different colored Koopas, you get the abilities of that colored Yoshi as well, like that stomp. I just see lots of cool gameplay variations adding this feature, and would love to see my blue Yoshi back where I could fly in the sky. Alright, next up, I'd like to see a Super Mario Bros. 2 style. Now, there's been some arguments on this. I don't think they could actually change the gameplay. Super Mario Bros. 2 is just way too different from the other game styles to use as is. So maybe they could just make reskins, make Goombas look like Shy Guys, maybe make Koopa Troopas look like those little birds. They already have doors, so that could be something easy to do. Vines are already in it, so they could be reskins. The bridges could look like these logs. Coins could be replaced by cherries. I think that would look really cool. These green things in the background could be semi-solids. Even the waterfalls could be semi-solids. The underground areas could look like these cave areas. There's lots of ways they could do reskins. They could even make Bowser Jr. look like Birdo. Even if you had to jump on Birdo's head 3 times like Bowser Jr. to take Birdo out, I still think it'd be great to see this game style added to Super Mario Maker. The next thing I'd like to see added is invisible tracks. Even back in Super Mario Bros. 1, invisible tracks were used. You couldn't do things with platforms like this in Super Mario Maker without track pieces, and sometimes track pieces just really clutter up and make your levels look bad. Here's an invisible track from Mario 3. You could recreate this stage in Super Mario Maker, but once again, you'd have to have that platform traveling on a track. Some of the most memorable Super Mario levels include lots of platforms on invisible tracks. This would also be cool with enemies and other items. You could make some really interesting levels by making tracks invisible. Alright, up next, we have Series Upload. Already in Super Mario Maker, you can play 4 of the levels you've created locally in a row. Once you start the first level, you have 3 lives. Every life you collect throughout this level you can use to finish up the remaining levels in the series. I'd really like to see the option added to where you can upload a series, even if it was still restricted to 4 levels. I think people would have a lot of fun, not only sharing, but also playing people's series back to back in a row. Even if there was a way they could include an option to continue to the next level after you beat a level that is a series. Maybe they can even have the option of marking levels as part of a series. So that way the servers can connect you to each level as necessary. Alright, up next we have Moveable Flag/Goal. I'm well aware that you can move the flagpole left and right and up and down. What I'm really getting at here is sometimes you start the level in a theme that you don't want to end the level on. Let's say we have a story level where we want to start above ground and adventure through till we get to a dungeon where we go down and fight Bowser. Currently, all we can really do is we can set up a little boss fight or an area where we need to get by Bowser, and there's no axe to jump on, sadly, because we can't move the goal to the castle theme. So we can make a pipe, we can drag Mario to it, we can place an exit pipe, and Mario can go back out above ground and hit the flagpole. But wouldn't it be really cool if we started above ground like so, made our way through the level? Eventually, we would find a pipe where we could enter the castle theme. Now, let's say we don't want Mario to go all the way back above ground. We just want him to stay down here and finish the level. I just think it'd be really cool to have the option to move the goal into the sub area. I think this is a very simple thing, and it could definitely add a lot to many levels. Alright, next up we have Play as Luigi. Luigi's been in it for a long time, even back in Super Mario Bros. 1. There's many different Luigi sprites they could use for this game. All the available game styles have all had Luigi in those particular games. Yes, I know there's Mystery Mushroom costumes in Super Mario Bros. 1, but for big Luigi fans, it'd be nice to see it included in all game styles. Next on the list, we have Triangular Blocks. Triangular blocks were first introduced in Super Mario World, I believe. They allowed you to run up walls. This is a really cool feature. It hasn't been used in that many Mario games, but I think it would be great for Super Mario Maker. These little triangle blocks are just very cool. They'd be great for speedrun levels, or maybe even to find hidden areas. Maybe you could run up a wall to find a few pink coins. Triangular blocks would be a great addition. Next up, we have false walls. False walls are used a lot in the new Super Mario Bros. Series. It's just a really cool way to hide coins. You could hide pink coins in there, you could hide a warp pipe. There's just lots of things you could do with false walls. I'm not sure how they would add them to the older games, but being Nintendo, I know they're super creative. Ghost House is another theme that I think would really benefit from false walls. You could hide a door behind a false wall. To me, there's many ways false walls would be a great addition. Next up, we have Foreground Elements. Foreground Elements were used a lot in Super Mario World in certain levels, especially the forest theme. Not only do they look really good, but it also adds a whole new challenge to each level that has them. Maybe they could be similar to semi-solids. They could be used to decorate, but also could be used as a way to traverse the level. Makers have gotten very creative, and I think foreground items would definitely add a lot to the aesthetics of your levels. That will conclude my 10 more items I'd like to see added to Super Mario Maker. As I said before, if you haven't seen my original 10 items, I recommend you check out that video. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Let me know in the comments what things you'd like to see added to Super Mario Maker. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you around.